Following recent news from the Community Council chat that RDF is going to be on its way in ICC, we also found out that ICC coming to the PTR is not actually very far away. While we've got no exact date, I'm guessing a week or two after the Hardcore Realms launch, so sometime early September. That could be completely wrong, but it would just be my guess. But either way, now it's getting closer, I think it's a good idea that you understand how the loot work in ICC. How your tier gear works is probably the most important, and it's slightly different from TOGC, but still fairly familiar. If you're just planning on coming back for ICC, you might not be aware how the TOGC loot works. So really just briefly on that, there's 3 levels of gear. You've got your 232 tier, 245 tier, and 258 tier. You do not need to buy the 232 tier to get the 245 tier. It costs emblems and a trophy of the Crusade. If you're lucky enough to get a regalia from the tribute chest in 25-man heroic, you don't need any emblems or anything at all. You just literally buy any piece of tier gear that you want. This makes getting your tier bonuses pretty quick, because if you're doing 25 heroic and you're getting some trophies along the way, you can use your emblems and a trophy, or emblems and trophies, to get a couple of pieces of 245 tier, and then you can be getting regalias as well to obviously pick any other tier piece that you want. So in general, getting your 2 sets and your 4 sets don't take very long. In ICC, it's similar in the fact that you've got a low end tier, which is 251, you've got the upper tier, which is 264, and you've got the heroic tier, which is 277. Now, to get the 251 tier sets, it is just emblems. So you're looking at 95 for chest, head, and legs, and then the gloves and shoulders are both 60 emblems each. Then there's also 2 extra tokens, which you could consider these your trophy of Crusade and, let's say, regalias. The key difference here is you have to buy your 251 tier before you can get your 264 tier, which requires a token. These tokens are called marks of sanctification. Like you'll see here, if I wanted to get the 264 chest, I need to already own the 251 chest and a Conqueror's Mark of Sanctification. So where do the marks come from? From Endwing bosses in 10-man heroic and 25-man normal, you can get the 264 tokens to upgrade your tier. And from 25-man heroic only, you can get the heroic Conqueror Marks of Sanctification. Here's the thing. So it's going to cost you the 95 emblems initially to get the 251. Then you're also going to need to get the 264 token to bring it up to 264, and a 277 token to bring it up to 277. This is assuming it stays exactly the same as it was, which I kind of assume it will. When you kill 25-man heroic bosses, they do drop both types of token though. So it will drop the normal tokens and in addition a heroic token. If you're wanting to get your gear to 277 because going to 264 isn't a big enough upgrade from TOGC, let's say, then you are going to need to take 2 tokens from each boss. Unlike TOGC, where the heroic regalias could just be traded in on their own to get a tier piece instantly, this is quite a long grind. I mean, when I say long, it's not long, but there's no way to skip it. Like, you're forced, you have to buy your emblem tier, sort of base tier set first, and then upgrade it as you go along. This does kind of mean that if you're unlucky with the marks of sanctification that are dropping, and let's say you're getting lots of heroic vanquisher tokens, but you're only getting the normal conqueror tokens, those heroic tokens could be waiting a while to be able to trade in. Obviously, the good news is you will be doing 10-man heroic as well, where you're going to get additional 264 tokens anyway, but you still are sort of a slave to RNG. That's it for tier gear, really. It is quite simple. Normal, you're going to get emblems, you're going to buy your base tier gear. Heroic 10-man and 25-man normal, you can upgrade them to 264, and then heroic 25-man, you can upgrade them to 277. In the next day or two, I'll also be putting a video out talking about the lockout system. I was going to include it in this, but you might just be bothered about gear, so I thought I'll leave that out. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I know it was a quick one. I'll see you on the next one.